In the darkest hours, in your light I bask, stand beside you, together unyielding, in this journey we're tasked. With every tear, with every laugh, in harmony our bonds are craft. Brave the odds with all we have, with you, warriors in love, our path. I rise like the dawn with you, my flame. Through every storm, your fire remains. I'd rather fight with you, stand tall and true. But let's shine alone when the night is through. You're my half-life, sister. We ain't backing down. Come on, feel the rhythm. Ooh. When the shadows lurk, you're my guiding star. Cutting through the darkness, no matter how far. Side by side, what we face, we embrace. Soul to soul, intertwined in our space. Fight the fears that come at night. Half-life sisters in the light, we unite. We're the sirens, in the silence we roar. Bound by blood that's thicker than war. In the chaos, we find peace, we're the storm. Half-life sisters, fearless, we're reborn. United pulses in the cosmic fray, holding back the night, turning skies to day.
Alrighty, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on what side of the world you're in. Welcome to Talk and Play. HalfLifeSistah is back. I am here on a Saturday. Okay, you guys have officially made it into the Chit-Chat Vibe Session of the stream, which is a segment of the stream that's before the reactions. And once the timer is up, the stream ends here on YouTube, but it continues over on Twitch. So to be a part of the live reactions, join me over there. The link to my Twitch channel is in the description of the stream. Alrighty, I have me today, my sidekick, assistant, and co-host, Torto. Please hello to our people.
Hello, people.
And I also have a special guest today, our faithful, my friend, my brother, Chris. How you doing, Chris?
I'm alive. How you doing?
It is so nice to have you here with us today, Chris. I am very, very happy to have you on, baby. Chris is going to give us a hot topic, I think, or something to talk about during this segment. So I'm looking forward to hearing, because he's been hyping it up, saying it's super funny. So we're going to see. Okay, we're going to see. Whatever. We have so far in chat, Steph is in the house. Sounds Chrissy. Yes, it sounds Chrissy. Now, how is their audio, though? Does it sound good? We have Steph in the house. We have Jono in the house. Of course, Cheesesteak is in the house as well. Let me get you guys' avatars on the screen. I'm so happy that we started the day with some reactions in the queue already. I'm so happy. We have one from Chris, and we have 3 from Jono. And we're going to play a song from Barry Manilow today, just for, the fun of it. It's related to our the history of music today. Music in history, whatever. So yeah, I want to hear this song by Barry Manilow that actually reached #1 at some point. Never thought that Barry Manilow's music would ever hit #1, guys. What y'all think? Barry Manilow #1? Why?
He was like mother's wet dream back in the day.
Still is. Just older
Exactly.
mothers.
Really?
Barry Manilow was the original rock star. He was the one that our parents and grandparents idolized in the day.
Well,
Him and Liberace.
Liberace. Wait, Liberace was the guy with the black hair, right?
Liberace was the flamboyantly gay guy behind the piano.
Liberace. But I don't think that the women was like melting over Liberace.
No, but definitely over the other one.
Liberace, you're right. Oh my God, I feel bad. I kind of forgot who the guy existed. Yes, Liberace had all the jewelry and all this stuff, right?
Yes.
Liberace. I kind of want to hear his music today. I forgot that guy existed. That's pretty sad. Didn't he pass away some years ago from HIV or AIDS complications?
I know he died, but I just don't know from what.
It could have been. I heard that. I'm not sure.
That's sad. Anyway, whatever. We're still here. Okay. So
Yeah, he died from AIDS.
Oh, he did? Yeah, I remember that in the early 80s, right? Like 85, 86? 87, okay. Gotcha. Wow. Miss Luna is in the house. How you doing, guys? I'm here on a Saturday. How does it feel? Like, really, though, how does it feel? And I'm like, I'm going to dress different on a Saturday. What you guys, you guys like my outfit? You like it so toy Phil?
Is it purple?
It's
or
not.
is it just a
Cute. What
purple?
color? Wait, what is it? It's like a pinkish?
Yeah, it's kind of like a beigeish pinkish dress.
Yeah, and it's making it look purplish.
I mean, you could say that. I guess because of the neon lights and stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I feel cute today. All right, so we're gonna go right into Chris's. Is it a hot topic, baby?
No, come on, guys. You know me. I'm goofy as hell. And I'm not going to come up with anything with music news or anything like that. I just, as you all know, I when I decompress, sometimes I just like to zone out and put on Looney Tunes.
Yes.
So I was still in this stressed adult, frame of mind when I put on the Roadrunner the other day.
Okay.
And within a few moments, I had a bit of an epiphany that the Roadrunner doesn't exist.
The Roadrunner doesn't exist.
No. Think of it. The coyote is starving, possibly thirsty, and possibly might partake in some peyote living in the desert in the southwest of America.
Okay.
He doesn't exist. He's just an illusion.
Wait.
The Roadrunner defies all physics. Okay?
Okay.
The coyote will draw a painting of a tunnel through a mountain. The Roadrunner runs through it. The coyote slams into it.
Wait, pause. My brain is slow. So the Roadrunner runs into it.
Yeah.
The coyote
he defies
slams
all
into
physics.
it.
And the coyote always has consequences for what he does. The Roadrunner doesn't exist. He's basically just a delusional pipe dream.
That actually makes sense.
That actually does make sense.
Thank you, because I posted this like on generational things on Reddit, and I've gotten like 100 posts back of minds being blown. So many people saying you're absolutely right, because when you look at it from an adult perspective, it's like, okay, when your common sense kicks in and you turn off your Looney Tunes, it's like he doesn't exist.
He doesn't exist. So
everything makes sense when you say that. It all falls in. I mean, it's a cartoon. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
I know. But like I said, I was still in an adult frame of mind when I put it on, and I'm like, he doesn't exist. He's just a pipe dream.
He's
delusional.
First of all, the Roadrunner is all alone, wherever the hell he's at. He's all by himself. You don't see anyone else ever. No other animals
really.
or anything.
He's the only Roadrunner. Come on. I mean, Sir knows there's more than one Roadrunner. That had to be California, didn't he?
Crazy. He is crazy. He created. He's like.
And I've seen real Roadrunners. They're not that big, and they don't go meep meep.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Does he go beep beep or meep meep or eep eep? Everybody has an argument on what is he exactly saying.
So the Roadrunner and then the coyote, right? So the coyote is the version of the ball in Castaway. Well, not really, because the Castaway ball existed, but the personality behind the ball was made up to cope with him being alone. You know what I'm saying? So the Roadrunner.
I see where you're. I see where it's like a delusional made up
so
thing.
He's not alone.
It's kind of in the same lines what you're saying there.
Oh my God.
And people were also saying that Ferris Bueller's Day Off was directly taken from the Roadrunner or something like that.
I don't get that.
What?
How?
What are you talking about? Like, they're saying that Ferris Bueller doesn't exist, and it was all a fever dream of what's his friend? Why do I forget his names?
I don't remember. With the blonde hair?
His friend. What was his name?
I don't remember his name.
No, the kid who was in bed that he had the coach to go out.
I've never heard that one, but I did hear that one about the Breakfast Club, that she's actually by herself, which is why the teacher never yells at anybody, actually, except for her.
The
And
Breakfast Club.
okay.
That's a movie,
Yeah.
right?
That she is, that she's actually psychotic and sits there because the group of people that are sitting in the after-school detention with her would never be in the same place together, and that she is the one that's actually drugged out and imagining the whole thing.
Breakfast Club.
That was a good movie, though. I mean, that movie defined you in the 80s. That was just the ish.
I tell people all the time, younger people,
that movie.
that they say,
yeah.
you guys actually used to smoke pot in the courtyard and drink and go out and have parties. And yeah, we lived life. We didn't watch it. They don't think we've actually done these things.
We
And
did
I say,
drugs,
refer
yes,
to the
on-
Breakfast Club.
On
That's
the
how it
properties,
was.
Darn it. That's right. We lived on the edge. We just didn't jump off.
Our
Not
school
me.
security was the one providing us the drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, your school security provided you the drugs, and my school security tried to take advantage of me. I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry, I have dark humor about my abuse. I'm sorry, guys, that wasn't funny. But yes, that's the time we come from. All right.
But anyway, I heard a lot of people's childhood when I posted that. They were like, I don't want to hear that. I didn't hear that.
Oh my God, he didn't
Don't
exist.
talk anymore because
He
it
didn't.
makes too much damn sense.
Wow, he does not exist. Can we find a little short clip of the Roadrunner? I want to play it. I want to play a little short snippet so we can all see and be reminded of.
Yeah, when you look at it, when you don't just zone out and say, ha ha ha, it's the Roadrunner, and think of it in the perspective of what I said, it's going to ruin everybody's enjoyment from watching it and feel bad for the coyote.
You know, one of the epiphanies that I had was I realized that growing up watching Tom and Jerry, I was always against the cat. Excuse me. But then I realized I just watched it one day with our daughter. I'm like, wait a minute. The cat is the good guy. The mouse is the trash person, the trash character in this duo here.
You're right. There's a lot of episodes when the mouse is instigating him because he's so much smarter and knows. But inspiration for Itchy and Scratchy from The Simpsons.
I don't watch that. That's a show I do not watch.
No,
but Wolf is a fan of it till this day.
Yeah,
it's not a bad show. I just never watched it.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. Like Winnie the Pooh. If you look at all the characters, every single character in Winnie the Pooh is a mental disorder.
Oh wow.
Yeah, a different character or a different
Winnie the Pooh is
personality.
Pooh is ADHD, OCD. Piglet has anxiety. Eeyore suffers from depression. Tigger has ADHD, and the rabbit is OCD and narcissistic. The owl has dyslexia and absolute narcissism. So every one of the characters in there actually displays a mental disorder.
Yeah, you're right. And the thing with that is that, sir, is even as a child, I realized that Christopher Robin, this is coming from Christopher Robin's imagination with his stuffed animal Pooh. So it makes a lot more sense, even when you're younger, what you just said, because it makes connections to different personalities or him even developing as a kid growing up. When you learn the real story of where that, where Winnie the Pooh came from. But it just sometimes it's like your adulthood ruins your childhood when you think too much about it and look at it from a different perspective.
Yeah, and a lot of it was very racist too.
Oh, absolutely.
Incredibly,
But I say that all the time. Like earlier Looney Tunes, they were extremely racist, and you can't even watch a lot of the stuff that that they cut out today. And it was. And the thing is, I was talking to somebody, even when I was young, because again, raised by Mr. Rogers in the 70s, they were still showing the uncut versions then. And even then I was thinking to myself, wow, what? Wow. And then so many people spoke out against it. Then by the 80s, they cut all that, they cut all that out. But I always look at it as in like a social evolution. You have to learn like the wrongdoings of people then and what changed it, how society changed, and where we are today. Don't pretend it never existed.
Yeah.
You need to learn it was there.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah. I do know what you mean. Mine just called and said, "Deal hold." What? Tom and Jerry. Okay. Well, do you have? I assume you don't have a hot topic. You know, you don't have to have a hot topic to talk about on a Saturday.
No, I did not have a chance to find something this quickly.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to find a hot topic, sir?
Well, he puts research.
You knew
and
we were
thought
stream
into
Saturday
it.
for the
I just
whole
go off
week.
the cuff.
Huh? What'd you say?
He puts research and thought into it.
Oh boy. He's like, I ain't got time for Saturday. Listen, be happy I'm there, okay? Well, I have a Today in Music History for you guys. A couple of them, but not anything really too. Hi, how you doing? I'm here. We're all here. Hi, beautiful. Okay, but what I do have is, this is from 2014. So today, on this day in 2014, Madonna apologized for using a racial slur to refer to her son on an Instagram post. I forgot all about this. After she uploaded a snapshot of then 13-year-old Rocco boxing with the offensive epithet used in a hashtag accompanying the photo. The hashtag she used was hashtag this nigga. Oh my God. Anyway, whatever. So the comment was swiftly deleted from her Instagram account after some of her 1.1 million followers at the time berated her for using such a hashtag. You know, the thing is, it's like, I couldn't believe that this happened. And it just seems so weird. It's like almost like she just put a really nasty taste in the mouths of a lot of black people and other people, not just black people, that saw a lot of these white celebrities that are buying, you know, these African kids and things, you know, to make themselves look better or whatever. Because to refer to your adoptive son, I can hear interfering somebody. To refer to your adoptive son as this nigga, that's very tasteless. It shows lack of understanding, respect, lack of cultural awareness, and it's just really bizarre. So why would you adopt a black child and not educate yourself on the ins and outs of being a black person in this world? You know, things that you should and shouldn't say. You know, it just really, it mind boggles me, just as it does when I think of white women that marry black men, have black biracial children, yet they don't like black women. They don't like black people. It's the weirdest thing. And then they raise their biracial child to not have self-love for their blackness, but to look at blackness as a bad thing. You know, it's really what I see a lot of TikTokers and people that are biracial talking about this to this day, like it's really a weird thing, and how they grow up traumatized and confused of who they are and why, you know, not to dislike their blackness. It's really weird. So that happened in 2014. I'm glad she got over that she, you know, built a bridge and got over it, thankfully, you know, to the fact that we move on from things so fast in this country. I don't know why, but whatever. Cancel culture was not a part of the society at the time, I guess. What are your thoughts on that, Chris?
I never had much respect for Madonna. So
Same.
look, I mean, come on. You know, I was more of a Cyndi Lauper. I love that woman. Don't say a bad thing about her. Okay.
Yes,
but
right?
Madonna, I'm sorry. I'm being bluntly speaking like a teenager. She's a whore, and she always was a whore. That's just how I perceive her. Okay.
Wait. Okay, let me be clear on something right now. Okay, I am very pro-choice. I'm pro. You know, if a woman wants to sleep with 1,000 people, that's her prerogative. Because guys do it. I don't care. Now, I think what you're speaking of, not as it pertains to who she sleeps with and how she gets around.
No,
you're speaking about how she carried herself.
That statement, like I said, is coming from my child or teenage growing up in the 80s. I've noticed every single thing with her was always about her promiscuity. It was just about, from what I saw, it was like sex. You know. I never.
You didn't like
cared
that.
for
You liked it,
and I really didn't think her music was that great either.
Right, same thing. So again, I believe, first of all, what she stood for was freedom of expression, and she stood for the right for a woman to be as bold and as sexual as she wants without judgment. So I hear you, but I respected that about her. I just didn't like her.
Well,
I didn't like
now
how
that
she
you
appropriated
when you
things.
put it that way, I can understand that. But again, I never really paid attention to her, and I'm speaking from one, memories from the 80s. But I just didn't like what she was putting out there because I've always focused on the musicianship and the content of the music.
Yeah, I never really liked her music that much
that
either.
artists are doing, and all I seen was her flaunting herself.
Yeah,
and I never really cared for her for that reason.
Right.
You know,
I respected her freedom of expressing herself, the freedom of she emboldened other women to feel comfortable in their own skin. I love that about her.
Yeah.
I didn't like her music that much. I didn't, and I did not. I peeped at a young age that she was appropriating other people's. The things that black people did and other people did, and she made it off like it was her own. I always felt that I didn't like that about her, and I saw a documentary about how she actually did. I'm like, I knew that, just felt that as a kid. But I never liked, for me, it was like at the time, I don't know if you remember, Chris, but it was like Cyndi Lauper and Madonna came out, they blew up around the same time. And for me, in my head, I always thought like it's either Cyndi Lauper or Madonna. I'm like, Cyndi Lauper wins for me any day, hands down. She just does. Yeah.
I mean, she obviously doesn't have as many big hits
opinion.
and didn't go as far with her career, but she's just a darling. And
she really is to this day.
It,
She's such a sweet human being. She really is. And she actually, I felt she stood for something. She was also somewhat of a grassroots activist. Like, she was just, for me, was my girl. Cyndi Lauper was my girl.
She was very active in the wrestling world after that video with
I didn't know that.
But I think she still stayed pretty active within the wrestling world, and she went to events, and I remember that a lot about her back then. But she still performs today, and she's still beautiful too.
That's my girl. Okay, that is my girl. So that's that. So thank you guys for your.
But there's one more thing though.
Hurry up.
But it's funny you brought up Madonna because again, I made a comment on Reddit. Somebody said on the Generation X page a few days ago that the baby boy that Madonna had in Papa Don't Preach would be 30 years old today.
Okay. 30 years old.
Okay. And my comment was, and breaking news, Madonna is dating him.
What do you mean?
That's just
you mean the joke is because she dates younger guys?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. She does. She does. Anyway, moving forward, not sideways, Chris. Lord, the only co-host that can talk their butts off is Jono and Groot. That's it. Okay. All right, Chris. All right, moving forward. All right. And today, on this day in 1996, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, David Bowie, Tom Donoa, the Jefferson Airplane. I would love to hear something from Jefferson Airplane. I think I know that band. I think Gladys Knight and the Pips, Little Willie John, Pink Floyd, Pete Seeger, the Shirleys, and the Velvet Underground were all inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Whenever I hear different type of people that is outside of rock and roll, I'm always like scratching my head like, why did this happen? How did this happen? So it's not really the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's just whoever they like. Because why in the world is Gladys Knight a part of this? Why? And I wonder if they were all inducted at the same time, if David was scratching his head like, what am I doing here? Like, I'm too good for this. I don't know, like, really? Is it really that? Okay, my question is it really that special? The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Is it really that special? Like, really?
Can I talk?
I'm listening.
It seems like lately, because everybody complains, how come this person or how come that band isn't in there or whatever, it seems like it's highly commercialized or profit-based on, I don't know, I think there's some underlying doings that has to do with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's just the vibe that I get. I don't know. I'm just speaking off the cuff here, but that's the vibe I get with that. I mean, I'm sure when it was first started, it was more pure, like, let's respect these musicians. But as time's gone by, it's controlled by certain things that we don't even know about.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't feel authentic. Yeah, like some awards, some music awards, it's like at this point, like, is it really real? Like, is it really based on spells? And it just feels very. I don't know. But it's wild that Gladys Knight and the Pips were. I don't know. It's weird. It's fine though. They can do whatever they want.
It was in '96, so I don't think they were that much financially controlled at the time. And if you take it, and if you honestly want to go backwards, without soul, gospel, and R&B, you wouldn't have rock and roll.
Oh, I like
So
that.
songs
I
like
like that
Midnight
spin.
Train to Georgia and everything else. I mean, her music and her vocal styles, she marked such an impact in the foundation of rock and roll.
Oh,
Without that, you wouldn't have hard rock, heavy metal, or anything else because it's all based off one another. So she is, in essence, one of the
then.
founding structures of rock, what you now call rock and roll. I mean, if it wasn't for black music, Elvis wouldn't have existed because his entire career was one giant ripoff.
It really was.
So
Just ask Little Richard.
Little Richard's music was completely stolen and it was
Yeah.
sang by a white guy
It's very
afterwards, and he made
awesome.
a fortune off of singing Little Richard's music.
Yeah.
So I mean, it
Thank you
depends
for
on
that.
how
That's
you
a good
want
spin.
You know, she was the foundation for a lot of what you call, rock and roll now, because like I said,
Thank you for that.
it's that music that started it.
That's wonderful. Good job. You had a good night's sleep. He woke up fresh. His brain is sharp. Because that was a very valid approach to this topic, and that's valid. I feel better now. I do. Thank you for giving them their flowers and respect. I remember when we did a tribute to Jimi Hendrix some years ago, and we were talking about Wolf was talking about what you just stated, Satorful, and people were in the comments felt that some seemingly offended by the fact that he was bringing awareness to that and saying that, well, this is actually not. It didn't really start with black people, blah blah blah. We actually made it better and all kind of stupid crap, like basically saying that no, you're not going to give the credit to any black person for making metal whatever, or contributing. But so what you're saying is absolutely valid, and I think that that's probably what they've been thinking about, that when they considered her, the Gladys Knight and the Pips, to be inducted in this Hall of Fame, they considered that. So they may have been thinking a lot more ahead than I have, or a lot of people have for that matter. So that's great. Disciple is in the house, baby. How you doing? Happy Saturday. Yes, live on a Saturday. I know, right? It's different, right? It's different. Next Saturday we're gonna be off, and then we'll come back again the following Saturday. We're gonna test the waters.
Disciple wrote, "You don't know White Rabbit? That's Grace Slick." And I'm sure if you heard a few bars, you would know that song.
Okay. Oh, I don't know that song. I don't know that song. You should, as Hellfire, know Jefferson Airplane and Starship Racy. Slick. Okay, if you say, I believe you if you say it. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was always a popular music world. Okay, gotcha. Okay. I mean, Deep Purple didn't get it until a few years back. Okay. Okay. The term rock and roll, as I've come to understand it in America, is very broad and involves more of the attitude than a music genre. Ooh. Oh, Wasp did a good cover of Jefferson Airplane's Somebody to Love. Oh, I may want to hear that. But moving right along, we have a few more things, like really brief things we're going to talk about. So in 1987, Miss Luna, Kate, you probably already know this, but Kate Bush started a 2-week run at #1 on the UK album chart with The Whole Story. The compilation album was Bush's third UK #1 album, as well as her best-selling release. I went to looking at this album, and I'm like, let me pick something to listen to. And I'm like, but no, I prefer Miss Luna continue to curate my list of songs to hear by Kate Bush. So that's that. She went #1 in the UK for that album, The Whole Story. And I'm wondering if you've ever given me anything from this album, Miss Luna. I wonder. Who just popped up in here? Oh, hey, look at you, so cute. I love your avatar. You are adorable. Hi, baby. Oh, that's her avatar on YouTube. I, the YouTube mem, by the way. Yeah, my baby. My baby. So that's that. But also in 1976, Barry Manilow scored his second #1 single with I Write the Songs, which was written by the Beach Boys' Bruce Johnson. The original version was recorded by Captain and Tennille, which is a group that I like a lot, who worked with Johnston in the early 1970s with the Beach Boys. The first release of the song as a single was by Tin Idol David Cassidy from his 1975 solo album, The Higher They Climb, which is the name of the album, which was also produced by Johnston. Manilow's version won a Grammy Award for Song of the Year and was nominated for Record of the Year in 1977. Man, this better be a good song. So we're going to hear this song immediately after the chit-chat session. All right, so we're going to go ahead and end the session here. To those of you watching on YouTube, please join us over on Twitch. The link to my Twitch channel is in the description of the stream or the upload. Join us. We'll be here Wednesdays and Fridays and some Saturdays. So please click the notification so you don't miss when I do go live, okay? All right, bye for now. Say bye, Chris.
See you later.
And say bye, Satoiko.
Y'all on the other side.
Hopefully. Like, they need to come on over here. What are they